Lights, camera, action!
We're shooting threes, just SMB. We're gonna watch and review film trilogies. It's all for laughs, so just sit back. We're gonna drop dimes on this podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Shooting Threes. It's been a minute since you've heard from us. Kevin Durant to the Rockets for Jalen Green and Dylan Brooks.
I do think we talked about this last time.
Oh, fuck. Had that already happened?
Yeah, now the news is that Luka Doncic is shredded.
Beefy. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
Honey, that's not going to help.
Slapping me?
I mean, go off. I know this is a basketball podcast, but I mean, the big trade, Houston news this week, Carlos Correa is back.
Yeah.
Well, we won the trade deadline for the American League, period.
And it looks like Gollum is being traded to the good side.
I do feel like Mary and Pippen were like, do you guys designate for assignment in the NBA?
No, we don't.
What do you do when you just release a player?
Yeah, they go to the waivers.
Because I feel like Mary and Pippen maybe played overseas.
They played.
They took a beat to play overseas. They're back now.
They're on a 2-way contract
for sure.
Yeah. They play in the G League.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I and the Yon Duck Tigers, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah Griffith.
I'm Bridgett Greenberg.
This is a basketball podcast
about movie trilogies.
And today we're talking about The Two Towers.
Both of them.
Both.
There are two.
I've been working on a joke since our last podcast. You want to hear it?
I mean, you've been working on it, so it seems like
I've been holding. Literally,
yeah.
we just watched this movie. We are clean off of a 4
I know
hour.
We spent the last 4 hours together, and she's been holding on to this joke. So here we go. Without further ado,
Saruman, more like Saruman.
When you're on your period,
we watch a extended edition.
Ba ba ba.
Because I know you guys would be mad if we didn't do the extended edition.
And can I just say, I'm a little mad that we watched the extended edition.
I think it's very okay. Maybe some background. I don't think I've sat down and watched this movie beginning to end since I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, I don't think I watched the extended edition. When I watched it initially.
And I don't think I mentioned this the last time. My mom, though, has rewatched these in kind of like a Saturday in the middle of the day. It's on TNT.
Sure.
She kind of tunes in. So,
yeah, I've watched cable cuts.
Yeah, I feel like I have seen snippets of these movies, but this is the one that I've seen the least. And I feel like this is the one I remembered the least.
Yeah, I thought I had a very different... It's funny because in a lot of ways, my views on this movie, I enjoyed it more than I had in previous watches.
I agree.
Similar to how I felt about Fellowship.
Yeah.
But a lot of the issues that I remember having about these movies are all in this one. Of it being like way too much walking, way too many side quests. They stop the movie to do music videos.
Yeah, I do think the 45 minutes of the movie that was back-to-back flashbacks.
Yeah.
That's got to be the extent. There's no way that was the theatrical.
Gladriel's halftime report.
Well, honestly, kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I guess kind of needed at a movie
but
around the 2-hour mark.
We had a whole flashback to not Riverdale? No.
It's not River Run.
Where the elves live.
Yeah, Rivendell.
Rivendell. Sorry, not Riverdale.
That's where Archie and Jughead
I was gonna
live.
say Jughead is really doing a lot of work in this movie.
It's a heavy lifting, yeah.
He's really good with the bow and arrow.
Yeah, he's an ent.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's an ent.
Yeah. We'll start from the top.
Way back when, which is the last.
I have the plot of the movie open. I think I may actually straight up just read, and then we can discuss.
Yeah.
Awakening from a dream of Gandalf fighting the Balrog in Moria.
There we go.
So Frodo has just woken up from this dream.
Yep.
Where he sees that
what happened in the last movie.
Yeah, that Gandalf actually maybe lived? ?
Oh yeah. What happened in the last movie plus Gandalf's story, which was sick. Great way to open the movie.
Yeah,
and that actually was that him riding that Balrog.
Pretty sick. I'm gonna be honest. The first
I was
35 minutes of the movie, I really felt like, okay, damn, we are foot on the goddamn gas.
It looked so good.
Really good.
Him riding that thing down. Yeah.
So the very beginning of this movie is Frodo and Sam realize that they are fucking lost.
Yeah.
They don't know shit about fuck. And they're being tracked by this little creature that Gandalf warned Frodo about previously.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Gollum. He's been poisoned by the ring. He's after it.
Yeah.
As soon as that little fucking freak got on screen, I was like, God damn it. I did not like him when I was growing up.
You know, I talked about this last time, that the Lord of the Rings problem in pulling me in as a young child was there were no cuties.
No,
And I do
not one.
And I do, unfortunately, as stereotypical as it may be, I want a cutie to follow along with. I want a little pet. I want a little
Yeah.
Miko. I want a little, something.
Mhm.
R2. I want someone.
Yeah, no, we just have a sick freak.
Yeah. And I was so confused. I was like, why do I remember being like kind of sympathetic towards this character? And then I remembered more. It also, Frodo does treat him like a dog. So
I will say, ultimately, I didn't mind him as much in this movie.
Yeah.
But I genuinely
In the
was
beginning,
like,
it was very.
because again, my memory of him is just being
Yeah.
like, I'm so fucking sick of this guy.
In the beginning, he's so off-putting, and the orcs are also off-putting. And yeah.
This one is gross. Like, my face kind of grimaced a number of times of like, ooh, God, it's like wet and sticky.
Yeah, I mean, that is a thing for better or worse, because sometimes it's for better. Everyone's a little damp in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
For Aragorn, that works.
Someone's a little damp for Aragorn.
Yeah,
Let me tell you who's a little fucking damp.
But yeah, he's always his hair. He always like came out of the shower 15 minutes ago.
Yeah. I will say, since we're talking about it, my sympathy for Smeagol, I'll use his actual name.
Yeah, please.
Something I didn't like piece together that I did piece together this time around, and forgive me for not having this nuance when I was a kid watching these. Right. Frodo is sympathetic to him because he knows the burden of carrying the ring.
Yeah.
He also, Bilbo is also like a little pervert freak about the ring too.
Yeah, everyone is. That's kind
Yeah.
of the whole point. It
And
makes you a
so
little pervert.
there's like that scene very early where Frodo
Yeah.
was like, Sam, you don't get it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, right. Because, and then also
Yeah.
like for Frodo, it's like, well, I have to know that we can save him.
Yeah.
So that way I know when this is over, I'm not going to be a weirdo pervert freak.
For
like my
all
uncle.
of the plot things that are fumbly or sticky about all the screenwriting things, having Smeagol, Gollum as like Frodo's shadow self, kind of
Mhm.
guiding him through this journey,
Yeah.
is interesting. It's an interesting like plot thing. It's an interesting motif. It's something to think about. A lot of the interesting things about these movies and the allegory of it all is just, I don't know if it was the extended edition of all of this where there's so much more exposition, but it does get beat over the head.
It does. Alec made a comment to me when you were in the bathroom about how pretty I was and how much he.
What?
Wait, sorry. No, he was
Huh?
talking about Gollum.
He was talking about how pretty Gollum is. he meant
Exactly.
Gollum.
Well, he's
Yeah.
so thin.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Where was I even going with this? We're talking about how
No.
Gollum is a pervert freak.
Yeah. About the beats being a little hit over the head. The
Oh,
allegory
right.
of it all.
That like this is the problem with adapting a book is that when you're reading a book, sometimes you can have a full page of like, all right, reader, let me get you up to speed.
Yeah.
And when you make a movie like this, it has to come from a character's mouth.
Yeah, it's a little weird, and they just recap a lot.
There is a lot of recapping.
There is a
in this
lot of
movie.
recapping.
I think part of that is the extended.
I think so. There's a lot of flashbacks that I was like, I understood all of this subtext perfectly fine. We don't
Right.
need this
right.
also in here.
Yeah, I
yeah,
wonder who do you think
it's-
was like the intended audience? Because like
because it's
it
so
does kind of play like young adult.
yeah, because it is so well written if you just stick to telling the story and not
Right.
flashing back and not being so expository. I mean, obviously these movies, there's a lot of exposition that needs to happen.
Do you think this movie's you have IMDb? Is it PG-13 or PG?
It is.
It's got to be 13 for the violence, right?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Okay.
13. Yeah, 13.
God, but it's a light. It could
Yeah.
be PG.
It could be. I guess I don't know. The orcs are pretty violent.
There was a lot of cutting
There's
off of heads.
yeah, there's a lot of-
There's blood. Yeah,
There's
for
a lot
sure.
of those battles. Again, the most fun part of the movie. Incredible battles.
Oh yeah.
But
I feel like we watched a full season of Game of Thrones.
I do too, including like all of season 3 where Daenerys is just kind of wandering.
Yes.
Uh,
So Frodo and Sam they have Smeagol, who is leading them to Mordor.
Yeah.
He's familiar.
Yeah.
He knows Ring.
He knows Ring.
If anyone knows Ring, he knows Ring.
He knows Ring. He knows Mordor. He knows the underworld.
Exactly.
He's running around. He's a little swamp creature.
Yeah.
Really
pervert,
built.
freak weirdo. Meanwhile, Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn.
The boys.
They are literally running after an orc militia, I guess.
Running from.
2, because they have Merry and Pippin.
Right, because they have Merry and Pippin.
So they're trying to get Merry and Pippin back.
Yeah.
It was early in the movie I identified that Merry and Pippin are you and me.
Yeah.
I don't know who's who.
DVD.
I don't think it fucking matters. They're kind of the same.
They're interchangeable. It's thing 1 and thing 2.
Definitely. That is us.
Yeah, for sure.
That is us.
But Percy, you said that before we started watching.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's us, actually.
You said,
I know we want to be like Frodo and Sam, but I'm like, realistically, we are Merry and Pippin.
I don't,
Like, we're being dragged along and like crazy shit is happening to us.
Yeah.
But it's just like another day that ends in Y.
It's just another day. And like, did we really need to be there, or did we just want to
These are 2 characters, by the way, in this movie grew on me immensely. I think in the last episode, I was like, fucking Merry and Pippin.
They were really the cynical audience surrogate at one point in this movie.
Oh, yes, they were.
Which we'll get to. But they...
So right now they're with the Uruk-hai.
Yeah, you said that. You said that we were Merry and Pippin, and then we seemed to watch them like almost die.
Right.
They were having the worst time out of anybody by far.
One of them is pretty badly beat up.
Yeah.
The other one is alive for the sake of it all. But essentially, we have our 3 big ones. The big 3.
The big 3. Yeah, the boys.
Literally running to catch up to the orcs.
And Gimli's trying his best.
But who do the orcs encounter? But
people.
The riders from Rohan.
The riders of Rohan. The people.
Carl Urban and his people.
Yeah. Now, a wig choice.
Yeah. The Vigs.
The wig.
Do they wear Vigs?
Will
they wear Vigs?
It's such a strange thing because some of the wigs are pretty good. Carl Urban's wig. What happened?
Some of the wigs were not properly plucked.
Yeah.
So when you get a wig, sometimes the hairline is a straight line. Very few realistic heads of hair have a straight hairline.
Yeah.
So you pluck to give it a little bit of character.
Right.
And kind of like chop it up. And some of them did have like a hairline that was obviously from somebody cutting lace front.
Right.
And not going in and plucking.
Okay. I hear you. Yeah.
This is something I have learned from
wig talk.
From drag.
Yeah. That wig was bad. I like that his hair on his helmet.
And also some of the wigs didn't have volume.
Very little volume.
Which in these humid environments, you would have a little bit of volume.
He had helmet hair, is I think
he
what
did,
they were going
to be
for.
Fair. Also, is Carl Urban 16 in this movie? His face looks small. He looks so young.
He does. He might be
Is this like one of his first? Let's go to IMDb.
Let's pull up the
I do
IMDb.
wish sometimes there was a video podcast and we could have like a chyron. Like we're
Yeah, a
inside the
little,
NBA
like,
and it's like we're pulling up a graphic.
A little cartoon while we
Oh my
search
God,
IMDb.
wait. It's a graphic of Carl Urban and the stats are like minutes of screen time, lines spoken, age when movie filmed, age when movie was released.
Yeah, I would.
How many credits prior?
IMDb should know what I'm looking for at this point.
While you're looking that up, it's Carl with a K.
It's Carl with a K.
Native New Zealander, by the way.
A Kiwi.
I will say, in general, a lot of the humor in the movie felt very corny to me. It very rarely made me laugh. The Uruk-hai have like this, we should kill Merry and Pippin and eat them. No, we shouldn't. Very famously, it looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Right, yeah.
All of that, I'm like, okay, this isn't funny. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
I don't care.
It is funny in meme format.
Yeah.
As people on the internet discovered that was funny to pull out of context, which is how I watched this movie. I feel like mostly. Before
I will say, most of what I know about this series comes from being on the internet. What was his credits prior to? Shit, it's like quite a few.
It's quite.
But it looks like TV.
But
it looks like the natural like New
shorts,
Zealand,
TV
Australia
series, yeah.
Pipeline to America, which is like a lot of TV episodes.
Yeah, a lot of TV movies. one episode here or there.
But this is definitely like his first big.
Yes, for sure. Well, Xena the Warrior Princess, he was on 12 episodes.
All right.
But I would, for my money, Lord of the Rings a bigger deal.
For sure. Alec also brought up a good point that the Uruk-hai are scarier when they're not talking.
They are, and they talk
a lot of talking.
Yeah, I wish I remembered the non-extended edition better to know how much of that talking they put in. Because there is one Uruk-hai who sounds like an old-timey sports announcer.
Yeah, we are in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of those Uruk-hai were Jim Henson Star Wars Muppets.
Yeah, straight up Star Wars Muppets.
For sure.
Yeah, they didn't need to talk when they were just grunting at each other. They were much scarier.
Yeah.
And one of them looked like when you cut a tomato. When they were dying, they looked like when you cut a tomato in half. Like they have seeds in their blood and it's like green goo.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, so that's where Merry and Pippin, they start off on a terrible note.
They start off and they almost get trampled to death by their horses and they almost die. Our boys think they're dead. A lot of thinking other people are dead in this movie.
Oh, that's huge.
It's huge.
That's huge for this plot.
That's how stakes get risen.
I will say, and I may have said this last time too, it is Shakespearean. In that it does feel like every character has to have a turn where they step up to the front of the stage and like say something that explains.
Everyone gets even people who aren't in the fucking movie get a monologue.
Yeah, and
Galadriel has a monologue.
There's like a few times that like it genuinely sounds like a soliloquy. Like even though they are talking to it, it's like you're so clearly talking to me. Watching this movie
and the very movie
keeping me up to speed with what is going on
and
stage.
And the character thing of back turned. To who they're talking
to a scene in front of
talking
them.
To the landscape. Speaking of that, I think we'll continue on the Merry and Pippin story arc here because they run away to the woods, get picked up by the Ents who are like the Loraxes.
Yeah, they run from the orcs into the trees.
Into the trees where they meet the Ents who are the Loraxes of this world. They're
Which
the tree people.
I only know the word Ent from Reddit.
Yeah.
Because I also smoke weed.
Cool.
Can I tell you? I have no prior memory of any of this stuff with the trees.
I remember this, and this is where I'm like, do I remember it as a meme or do I remember it in the movie? I cannot tell anymore because I also smoke weed.
Yeah.
But Merry and Pippin doing great.
You can say that. We're 70 minutes into the episode. No one's fucking listening.
We lost someone when we talked about basketball.
Yeah.
In the
They're
beginning.
like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Now there's someone that's like, wait, are they going to discuss the Rockets trade? Go listen to our other episode.
Yeah, you got to go back for that.
Anyway, the Ents. Yeah. I guess I remember the big trees at Isengard because when the flood started happening, I was like, oh, I remember seeing this. But like literally all of that shit, I basically watched it for the first time tonight.
Yeah, I just love Merry and Pippin. These Ents talking so long and slow, and that's part of their culture. And Merry and Pippin just riding, and just their face at one point was probably exactly our faces.
Yeah, this is where you and I really are Merry and Pippin. That it was like Jesus Christ, it keeps going on and on and on.
Yeah, your eyes are wide open. I'm like falling asleep as this guy is just talking.
Also, when they were drinking the creek water that makes you taller.
Yeah, arguing about who's taller.
Yeah, this is for sure.
Yeah.
Although for the record, I've never argued. You're the one that keeps insisting you're taller than me.
I am taller than you.
All right.
I don't think I'm arguing. That's just stating a fact.
Okay.
You famously say when you're taller than people.
Okay.
Everyone knows that.
All right. Bridget's taller than me, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway.
Even though I'm the one drinking the creek water.
Yeah. Maybe that's why too.
I'm drinking that crick.
But yeah, so they're just like roaming around the forest with the tree people being like, hey,
they actually kind of get like a nice break in this movie.
They started off rough.
Fair enough, they were captured by the Uruk-hai, so if anybody deserves like a timeout to just sit with very long-winded trees.
Yeah,
I think they've earned that.
Yeah, that's a nice little rest and recharge.
They also do end the movie by smoking weed.
They do, they do find.
Wow, okay, so they go through literal fucking hell. I did not like when Merry/Pippin had to drink that like gasoline water.
Yeah, I didn't like when they tried to like waterboard him with gasoline or whatever.
Yeah, that was bad. Thank God that one Uruk-hai was like, we have to keep them alive.
Right. Yeah.
But like pretty much once they get out of there, like
they're coasting.
They get actually like
They get
a
carried.
decent amount of sleep.
They get a decent amount of sleep. They get carried around by
They
this
do
benevolent.
the least walking.
Yeah.
They're not even doing 5K steps.
They're being carried around by a benevolent tree and then find like a grow house and blaze up.
Yeah, and by the way, they get to take full credit.
Yeah.
For the Isengard of it all. Because like to be fair, it was the one that was like, guys, for real.
Yeah.
We need your help.
Yeah. No, they got the tree. They were doing some diplomatic negotiations with
for sure
the Ents.
Where do you want to pop back to? Because well, I mean, that's pretty much Merry and Pippin the whole movie.
Yeah, that
kind of got that off the way.
That's their arc.
Do you want to go Frodo and Sam next? Because I feel like they also have a pretty clean.
Yeah, there's
now these motherfuckers are walking.
They are walking. They are walking. They are climbing.
At least they're going in a direction.
I know that Hobbit feet are like shoes. We don't have to explain this to me. But every time I see like their feet stepping on little rocks and stuff, it's such a visceral thing to me.
See, when they were climbing, I thought, oh, I bet that helps them in that.
No,
because they have a very sturdy foot.
I bet it helps, but they slipped, and when it's all swampy and boggy, not so good. And then you see them step on those like little tiny gravelly rocks, and we've all done that barefoot, and it doesn't feel good.
I will say, geographically speaking, I would like to see a map of where they go.
I'm sure that exists.
Because I'm sure if I opened up one of these books, it would be in the back.
On the shelf somewhere. Yeah.
But I feel like they go through that swampy marsh.
Yeah.
They get to the gates. Then they pivot to another way in. And then they're back in like a lush forest. I'm like, where the fuck are we?
Because they're not really in the main battle at the end.
No, they are nor should they off in another city.
Yeah, and nor should they be because they don't fight. They can't fight. They just need to get the ring. That's for the boys.
They didn't even pull out either sword.
No, they're kind of just like dodging around.
You know what? Actually, they pull a sword on each other. And Smeagol. Yeah. That's the only time we see Sting.
The only time it gets hairy is when Smeagol Gollum is in danger.
Yeah, but the three of them are fighting a more internal battle, I would say.
Yes.
It's more psychological.
We do really see Frodo. And again, this is the most interesting part of the movie, and I feel like it has the least amount of action points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the most amount of exposition around it without the most tell don't show.
Yeah, for sure.
Where Frodo is like he's feeling the pull of the ring. Yeah. Things are coming after him. When he falls into that water, scary.
Yeah.
Really freaky.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. He's seeing stuff's coming after the ring's actively trying to kill him. And he feels the pull to its power and is being followed around by this guy who is calling him by proxy master. And he clearly likes that a little bit.
Oh, whoa. Okay,
maybe that's me reading into it.
Do you think Frodo might be a little freaky?
I think he kind of likes having that control over someone.
I think he doesn't correct him.
He doesn't correct him. I mean, he's using it, to have Smeagol
for sure. I think there is, when Frodo is not drunk with power of the ring, I like a rightful mistrust.
Yeah.
Like, we trust him as far as we can throw him.
Right. And Sam really doing the Lord's work here. Yeah. Sam's really doing a lot of the heavy lifting by just being a good emotional support.
Yeah.
Sam.
He is the pathos.
When Frodo's like really feeling the ring and Sam just holds his hand.
Yeah.
And brings him back as they're hiding from
the Narsgul. Is that the dragon that the ring raider?
Yeah.
I think it's called Narsgul.
Yeah. They're hiding from
again, these are terms I know from the internet.
Yeah. These terms go in one ear out the other.
Thank God we turned on captions.
Yeah.
Because that's another thing of like,
I
don't know what the fuck.
We watched too much of this movie without captions, I would say.
Well, because like Treebeard, our primary Ent, he has a very gravelly, smoky voice.
Yeah, it's hard.
Frankly, I don't remember Smeagol being so whispery.
Smeagol's very whispery.
So that's another one that we have to sort through.
Yeah, there are a couple of people.
Gandalf in one scene is like speaking barely above a whisper.
Yeah, Gandalf and Saruman, I have a hard time understanding a lot of the times. And then Gimli is drunk, so I can't understand him either.
Also, just
Yeah.
like the names of these things. It's like
And the
sometimes it helps
names.
to read.
Yeah, I need to read and hear it sometimes.
For
and I
sure. That's
missed-
what I've been doing when someone introduces themselves and they have like a name I've never heard. I
Yeah.
will ask them, like, can you spell that for me?
Yeah,
Because sometimes I
helpful.
can't hear it, but it's like, if you give me the letters,
yeah.
I can mentally read it and then I'll know better.
And that's why Duolingo is great.
Period.
And it really helps you with that.
Period. I meant to do it before I got
Yeah.
here as we're going late into the night.
We got to keep
Late.
that.
It's 9:10.
We got to keep that streak going.
I'm so close to 1,000.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm really close. Anyway, oh my God, I'm so close. Where
this
are
is
we?
our journey.
So Frodo and Sam. I will say in our other episode, a comment I made was like, because I don't really have an emotional connection to these characters, some of the Frodo and Sam friendship, it's like conceptually, I totally understand. I know what we're doing here. I know why this is important. I know
Yeah.
why this is emotional. It got me a little bit more this time around.
It did.
In part because now I've watched about 6 hours
Yeah.
of this friendship blossom. And the one that got me was like at the end, Frodo pulls a sword on Sam
Mhm.
because Sam has once again intervened from Frodo fucking his shit up with the ring.
Yeah.
And Sam goes, Frodo, it's your Sam. I'm your Sam.
Yeah. Oh, God. I'm your Sam.
That was.
Yeah, that part was very sweet. Again, yeah.
Yeah.
The moment that got me was when the Sam kind of like held his
Sean
hand.
Astin is so good in
How
these movies.
old was Sean Astin at the time of filming this? Because I feel like he's.
I feel
at
like
least,
they're both
Really?
early 20s.
really
Because it also took like 3 years to make them.
because when was Rudy made? You know, Rudy strikes me as an 80s movie.
No, it's a 90s.
Yeah, I guess it is a 90s movie.
But I was thinking, I mean, not that Elijah Wood is bad, to be clear.
No,
But, you know, Elijah Wood is playing like a possession, which is
right.
what he's doing. And so Sam being like the pure human pathos,
Yeah,
the grounding center of it, he's really giving a very nice, sincere performance that pairs well with
Yeah.
what Elijah Wood is doing. And I think like the Frodo, Sam, Smeagol of it all could get so fucking fantasy that it can be annoying.
yeah.
And Sean Astin is the one that I think is really keeping it like 1 foot on the ground. One big hobbit foot on the ground.
Right, because I also remember Sean Astin was in the Goonies. And he was a
Fuck,
kid in the
that's
Goonies.
right. That is
so I feel like
right.
he is significantly older.
And you know what? I bet he had way more film experience too, which I think that shows,
Yeah.
frankly, in the performances.
Yeah, no, I definitely do. And yeah,
and we love Elijah Wood, to be clear.
And,
No shade whatsoever.
none to him.
Honestly, if I was Elijah Wood, I would be like, thank God this is the guy I'm working against.
Okay, yeah. Sean Astin is 10 years older than Elijah Wood.
Wow.
71, 81.
Whoa.
Like exactly 10 years older. Yeah.
That's good casting.
That is good casting.
That's good casting.
Because they're both little guys.
yeah.
Yeah, what's interesting is I think their dynamic is really interesting. They really balance each other out so beautifully. I mean,
Well,
and
then
that's how
also
it's
Frodo
written.
brings the humanity to Smeagol.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, Frodo is way more empathetic to someone who has been corrupted and who is trying to like fight these demons.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, I guess Sean Astin, Samwise is so. He's almost good to a fault. He's almost
Yeah.
on one side to a fault. He is not seeing the gray area
Right.
of life.
Well, because his whole mission is to protect Frodo.
Yeah,
And anything that is a threat to Frodo,
yeah,
fuck that.
yeah.
My dog is loyal as fuck.
Loyal, maybe to a fault sometimes, maybe
Yeah.
to the point where he has blinders on.
Yeah.
But you know, that's where Frodo.
But I
comes
mean, is
in.
he wrong?
No, I mean, someone needs to ground Frodo
Yeah.
from the temptation of the ring and remind him who he is and who he comes from. And he's a Shire boy
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And he needs to stay true to him. And that's what
Yeah.
Samwise is there. That's what his Sam is there to.
I've
remind him
always
of.
loved Sam.
I mean,
Samwise Gamgee to me is a fictional character for all time. To
Yeah.
me, he's like Spock
yeah,
or
he's a true number two.
Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
Like a character that has like is kind of like you can say like side character, but like so much going on.
Yeah,
So much dimension.
layers.
Grounded by good performances.
Yeah.
And a character that like I can stop and think about all the time.
Yeah, because there is a very, like we were saying, there is a very surface level read of like Sam is one track minded. His job is to protect Frodo. That is it. He will overlook the humanity of others
Mm.
in the the good and bad that lives in us all to do that, but he still manages to play that with so much dimension
Yeah.
that even when he is being cruel to Smeagol, which maybe sometimes deserved, Smeagol did try to kill him,
Yeah.
or Gollum tried to kill him.
And also, like, we still in the dark about whether or not Gollum is leading them to a trap, which, by the way, at the end of the movie, he 100% is.
Yeah, well, he's back
Which
to being
is Sam's
Gollum.
biggest concern, right?
Yeah, he's Gollum.
We is so fucking back.
He is Gollum pilled again.
Yeah,
He was
Gollum pilled.
He was Smeagol for a while, and I was like, oh, there's good. Like, they're getting him back. Just a little bit of empathy
Yeah.
can bring a person back from the brink, and then, that house of cards can crumble quickly once the humans
Yeah. I would say, like,
capture you.
Samwise is like Frodo's manager.
Yeah, and sometimes you need your manager to be the asshole that you
Right.
can't be.
Right. Exactly.
you.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
An asshole to others, asshole to you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're going to clean up your act.
Yeah,
And they want what's best.
in the way that you need. Yeah, absolutely. I think the turns between Gollum and Smeagol and back to Gollum that we see, that like kind of third act
Mm-hmm.
is really, really interesting. Like some of the most interesting stuff in the movie.
The scene that I actually do remember from this movie is when Smeagol is talking to Gollum.
Yeah.
And we go between those two
that's
cuts.
that's just iconic Andy Serkis
Yeah.
performance. He is really
He really did invent like a whole genre of acting.
Yeah. And
like a whole method.
It is incredible. Like
Yeah.
that monologue, that conversation between the two sides
Mhm.
is incredible. Again, the kind of disgust you have with that character and then how quickly it can turn into empathy.
Yeah.
Is really
because when Farmier
when he gets captured,
and etc. we're beating the shit out of him. It's kind of like, all right.
Yeah,
whoa,
like he's pretty
whoa,
defenseless.
whoa.
Yeah, like he is just a little
he's
guy.
Skin and bone, my God.
Yeah, like you don't need to do all that to him. And yeah, it was heartbreaking watching Frodo betray. I mean, I laughed out loud, but especially the cut where they're like, "You can't go into that water. We need to capture anyone." And then they cut to him, and he's just like singing a little song about being a fish or something.
Like, oh God.
Yeah, we're like, "Oh God, not this lady." He's just like,
Yeah.
"Water is cool, and I'm swimming in it."
Yeah, I guess this is the most I've ever felt sympathy for him,
Yeah.
because when I was a kid, I was just like, get this weirdo off of the screen.
Yeah.
I will also say, I mean, might just be a me thing. When I was a kid, Dobby annoyed the motherfuck out of me too. But let me tell you, the only time I ever cried reading the Harry Potter books is
Dobby
when he died.
Yeah.
I didn't cry for Dumbledore. I literally didn't cry for anybody else.
The
that
Yeah.
got me so good.
Oh,
I had to put the book down because I was crying.
Yeah, no, Dobby's death is a tough one because
Fuck J.K. Rowling.
obviously.
Fuck J.K. Rowling. When I need to cry when I'm acting or whatever, one of the things that I will think of is there's a passage from the book that's like at Dobby's like makeshift funeral.
Yeah.
It says something like Harry remembers Dumbledore's funeral and there were rows and rows of spectators and it was standing room only, and he felt that Dobby deserved the same.
Yeah. Oh, and he did.
Yeah, he gave his life.
Dobby's a little sweeter and
True,
cuter.
but just, annoying little freak.
Sure.
Annoying little freak.
Yeah, maybe I have more of a soft spot, especially when it comes to Dobby.
Okay, I will say Dobby's a
'cause-
bit of a different case, but Chamber of Secrets, I was like, get this fucking
Yeah.
guy
out.
I'm sick of this.
Yeah, they in the movies they did not make Dobby as cute as I had him in my head too. When I was reading those books.
Yeah, a little pervert freak.
Yeah, he does look a little. Like
you know what? We went through a phase where every movie had to have like a little pervert freak, which is like half of the X-Men.
I mean, that's kind of what the X-Men's about.
Yeah, and then I feel like now, and then everyone had like a cute little guy, like a Groot.
Sure,
Like, I think like starting Stitch, I think was kind of the midway point between weirdo freak and cute little guy.
I'm trying to think of other weirdo freaks, though.
All of them. I feel like the Green Goblin in Spider-Man. He's not like a little, not little, but he's a weird pervert freak for sure.
For sure. Okay, I thought you meant like people were supposed to root for, because then I think of like Mulan, where it's not necessarily a cute sidekick, but it's a funny
Mushu.
It's kind of like a funny
more
little
so
dude.
like production design wise.
Gotcha.
And like character.
The goblin thing was
Got huge in the early 2000s.
I mean, do you remember the cartoon Gargoyles?
Of course.
Yeah. So I feel like it came out of that era.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then now the thing is everyone needs to have a baby version of a already established character.
Sure. Yeah. There needs to be a baby.
Mhm. Gotta be a baby.
A baby Yoda, a baby Groot. Yeah.
Yeah. Baby Garfield also in the new Garfield movie. They
Baby
have
Garfield.
Yeah. Are you not up to date with the latest Garfield movie?
I've been waiting.
Okay. I'll fill you in after
Yeah, I've been waiting.
the episode to tell you all about the new Garfield movie.
Yeah.
That maybe came out already. I don't know.
I think it did because I remember the little delivery robots being Garfield.
Oh. Well,
Well,
we'll talk about that later on.
next time. But yeah, let's
So I think we covered Frodo Sam.
yeah, that feels
Gollum.
like the main plot. Like that is kind of next to the battle scenes when I was the most engaged.
You know, I would say like any of these movies, like Frodo and Sam is the primary plot. And
it feels like
this one,
such
though,
little screen time.
Yeah.
Of the,
I feel like all the hobbits are kind of like all right, and meanwhile, this is what they're doing. But
right.
most importantly, this movie is more about the world collapsing under the rule of Sauron. And this is my question to you now. What is his fucking end game?
Right.
Because he keeps talking about like the rule of men.
Well,
And I understand why he wants to build his own army, very Attack of the Clones coded.
sure.
But then like, okay, so Sauron, to what end?
To what end?
Or Saruman. Sauron is the eye.
Yeah.
Saruman is the wizard.
So
Saruman, to what end? Like kill all humans and then
so
what?
I guess you have to look at the larger analogy that it is trying to make.
Okay, true.
And we can get into that of like, yeah, they're trying to
The politics.
the politics of it all. I mean, that's a big allegory of this whole movie
Mhm.
is the rings are like nuclear weapons and
Right.
whoever controls the most of them has the most power, and we're gonna industrialize and try to consolidate that power
Right.
as much as possible.
Also, like, everyone's going to be the same. Anyone that is different, we're wiping out.
Right. Anyone
We're
who
creating our own race.
Yeah, anyone who can think for themselves or doesn't want to be a part of this.
Yeah, bend the knee or die.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's just
Imperialism.
fascism.
For sure.
Yeah, it's all an
For
allegory.
sure. But
for
I
that.
just,
But that's any
understood in the world. So what's your goal? To
Well,
tear down every tree
I mean, that's
and
like
have a bunch
what's
of
the
your
Empire's
weird,
plan?
gross. Oh, well, simply to ball out with the stormtroopers.
Yeah, I mean, I
Duh.
think they just want to ball out with their orcs.
But at least with the stormtroopers, like there's an aspect of slave labor and wealth that is involved
Sure.
to this.
But don't you think that's true of the orcs?
Sure, but like what like there's no spice, there's no money, there's no
Right.
economy. Like
Yeah.
maybe this is more of a book thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's where
I mean, really, it's just about ultimate power
it's just about power. It's about absolute power corrupting
because the ring represents this ultimate
ultimate power. Yeah, and again, you can like substitute
And with
that
this
for
ring, you can unite everybody,
Everybody.
But sometimes, that as much as that seems kumbaya, actually, that would have to be at the cost of
millions of lives. I mean, that's
yeah,
fascism. That's that's what
Exactly.
the whole movie is talking. It's kind of where like the allegory is so big and so universal that it kind of wears thin at some point.
This is
But
something
just
that,
like any
I would
po-
like to know from the book.
Yeah, but
Like,
that
am
but
I
that's
missing something here?
but isn't that true of any political ideology?
True.
Too is just like
That's like
Well, to
okay.
what
So
end?
to what end?
to what end?
So
like,
what? Everyone dies.
yeah, or
Yeah, you're
everyone
right.
dies, or bends the knee, or you're all powerful.
So what? Everyone's poor. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure,
Yeah, that's kind of
for
where it
sure. And
all-
also, like, I'm not that invested in these movies, man. I'm cool to take it as it is.
Sure. I mean, I do think that's obviously the most interesting part of these movies, and why they've had such staying power is because they
For sure.
remain so true no matter what era whether you were reading them in the 40s
Mhm.
or the 60s or the 70s or now. Like that is kind of the thing that you can keep drawing from these movies or any sci-fi movie.
Yeah, Frodo and Sam as a conduit of like resistance and the belief in hope,
Oh.
a belief in a better world.
Right, and the people they get to rally around them that believe in this cause of like
Yeah.
we should all
That was big in the latter half of the movie. The idea that like, even if we know this literally, like
Right.
this is impossible, we have to believe.
Yeah.
Because literally, what else do we have?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a great moment before the battle where Legolas kind of loses his shit at Aragorn.
Yeah.
And like, why are we doing this? This is stupid. And then, ultimately he comes around. It's like, well, what else are we going to do? Am I
Yeah.
not going to fight? Am I just going to run away and keep running away until...
Yeah.
I mean, same thing. Like, what is your plan if you don't fight and you don't want to bend the knee and become just a pawn of Sauron is just hide for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
No. That's not how my boys are going down.
Yeah.
And then there's also a environmentalism plot point on the side.
For sure.
That's also just like in there.
For sure.
And also environmentalism.
Well, very, very tied.
I mean, yeah, of course. These things are all tied together.
Of course. Yeah. So our big three is who I'm referring to as Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli. Because they're the ones kind of doing like the heavy lifting.
I do want to make, this is where our basketball podcast ties in, that famous picture that we all know of LeBron James dunking and Dwayne Wade like running underneath him after an alley-oop. That I want to make a side-by-side comparison of when Aragorn swoops up Legolas on the horse.
Yeah, I feel like Gimli.
Yeah, or Gimli on the horse. I feel like they could do
Gimli
the same
and Legolas
pose.
are definitely that photo for sure. For sure.
We can get that angle where they're doing the same exact thing.
Legolas does a couple of like X Games shit
Legolas,
in this movie, which I love.
Legolas eats a little bit in this
movie.
Very
indicative of its time.
When he's skateboarding and shooting
that, and even like the cool flip up on the horse, I'm like, this is Tony Hawk.
Oh,
this is the era of Tony Hawk. This is the era of X Games.
We gotta spend conservatively 34 minutes talking about Gandalf's horse.
Shadowfax. That's another one I know from the internet.
Gorgeous girl. Her entrance.
Great horse stuff in this movie.
Great horse stuff.
Fucking finally.
Yeah, that horse entrance was. They really
cunty.
They really took their time. That was the one thing where I was like, you took your time at this movie, and you were right too. Look at that horse, look at that horse, look at that horse.
Exactly. Yeah. I will say something I will applaud of this movie is that it is tedious. It is a lot.
Yeah.
Everything comes back for a little something in the end.
Yeah.
The fact that the horse that saves Aragorn is the horse that he calmed down earlier.
Yeah. What a great scene. I also want to talk about Aragorn and the woman he's stringing along.
Okay, whoa. I wouldn't say he's stringing her along.
No, he's not. But
it's not her fault that she's falling in love with him. He
is gorgeous
like that.
Yeah, he looks like that. He calmed down that horse. He's being
that
guy.
For all Aragorn knows, the woman he loves has moved on to a vale that he is, as a human being, incapable of going to and will never go. Yeah, we really missed the lead, buried the lead with that reveal of he'll never see his love again. Yeah, okay, so this is where we're talking about like the extended version is a lot of flashbacks.
Yeah.
I feel like we spend like 30 minutes back with the elves.
Yeah, that fully
in flashback
could have been
scenes.
That could have been an email.
You did not need to hold my hand through that one.
No.
Aragorn could have said 2 lines and I would have understood.
I got it. A look on it. Viggo Mortensen's a good enough actor. A look on his face would have done it.
For sure.
It's not that much to have to explain.
For sure.
That one I was like, okay, we get it. They're like not going to see each other again.
Right.
They're gone.
Hugo Weaving doesn't want his daughter to be involved with the mortal.
Yep.
We have a whole fucking
But
scene.
we do get the dark side of Hugo Weaving and the elf culture,
sure.
too, which we did see in Fellowship, but and
he's not wrong to bring up the point of like, okay, but one day he will die.
Yeah.
And you are immortal.
Yeah, I mean,
so what the hell?
We can't protect.
Although we also know that Aragorn is 87. This is something from the movie that I don't remember this.
I didn't remember that either.
I don't care.
He's gonna live for a long time, and also like you can't protect your loved ones from death as much as we want to.
Yeah, again, this goes into the idea of the better world. It's like even when you know someone's gonna die, is it not worth loving them anyway?
Yeah,
actually Arrival. One of my top 10 favorite movies. They do that very well. They do that very well. Even though it's gonna end in tragedy, isn't it worth?
It's the time that counts. It's the time together spent.
Right.
Yeah,
it is the fellowship we made along the way.
It is. We spent a lot of time with these people.
Yeah.
And they all died several times only to come back to life. It really is, and I have this problem with Marvel movies and a lot of franchises of the like
no one dies.
They're dead, they're not gonna die, they're coming back, like it's a matter of time. The stakes are low. I'm like, Aragorn's not dead.
No. He has literal plot armor protecting him in that he has that chainmail.
Right. Merry and Pippin not dead.
And then
Gandalf not dead.
Yeah, no.
Well, Gandalf comes back.
Gandalf is reborn. To be fair, Gandalf does die, but he is
reborn, and he comes back with a little blowout, a little cut, a little color.
Kind of a stunningly low amount of screen time for a character that was previously like probably a main,
very important
character.
Remains very important.
Yeah,
is still very important. Looks great. Is now Gandalf the White. I
more
feel
powerful, more attitude too. I think even Gimli or somebody has a line that's like, okay, he was never like this before.
More attitude, but also taking himself a little more serious. Like a little
Gandalf
bit
is in his 30s now.
A little bit of his silliness is gone. A little bit of that childlikeness is gone. I hope it comes back because I do think that's when Ian McKellen is at his best. Is when he's a little bit playful too.
For sure. Can we take a quick pivot to Gimli for a moment because he does a lot. But as a character, I feel like he's getting flat for me. And it's not Jonathan Rhys-Davies' fault.
No.
He's just kind of, a lot of this movie, he is played for a laugh.
He has, he has like the Paddington thing of like, he is as heavy of a hitter or as much of a softie as you need him to be at any moment.
Sometimes he's genuinely a hero and sometimes he's kind of a joke.
Yeah, sometimes like he's stuck behind a pile of orcs and can't fight, but other times he killed 47 people and is just like an absolute machine. And other times he's like running breathless behind. Like they do need to make up their mind about Gimli a little bit.
Pretty much all of the Gimli stuff that was played for a laugh, I did not find funny.
I laughed more because it was so cheesy.
I did laugh a few times. I was like, you're kidding me with this.
It got me in the like, you made a dumb dad pun kind of way.
I think maybe, and it's not anyone's fault. I think I have a saturation for that kind of like gruff character. Like David Harbour plays this character a lot.
Yeah. Nick's just like one-liners.
Nick Swanson. Nick Offerman.
Yeah. Just a one-liner to camera.
Like, yeah, I'm a tough guy. Oh, don't tell anybody I just... It's like, all right, we get it. A lot of short jokes, which maybe I'm sensitive. But it's like, all right, man, we get it.
Yeah, also, if you can't see above the turret, why did you put him there? It seems like there are better uses for him.
I also think a lot of his jokes came in moments that I was like, we do not have to water this moment down with like a little fucking aside.
Yeah.
This is why I asked about like the rating of the movie, because sometimes I'm like, they're doing this so it isn't so intense and it's more family friendly, I guess, in that way.
And again, I wonder if a lot of those jokes were put in, I mean, I'm sure some of them exist in the real cut, but I wonder if a lot of them are probably put into the extended edition.
Yeah.
Because there's so much air in those scenes that are building tension, that they do it a little bit too long, that they need to release it.
Yeah.
Before it gets too much. If you just build it and then start the fucking battle that we all came here to see, we wouldn't have to do that and we can just enjoy the movie and the journey that we're on. It felt like there was so much build up to everything and everything had to be explained again before.
It's very tedious.
Where again the subtext of this movie is so powerful that it is better to leave it unsaid. It's better to, like, we get it. It's pretty loud. Like, the allegory is pretty loud. We do not need it described to us again.
I feel like these extended editions exist first and foremostly to satisfy the people that read the books.
Maybe. Yeah. There's probably a lot of direct quoting from the book in their soliloquies. It is probably direct passages from the book.
I would like to know, like, book to screenplay adaptation, like how much are we missing here? What is or is not?
Yeah.
Because you know what? Everyone I know who loves these movies and who like watch the extended edition like every single year, they've also read the books.
Yeah. It probably is a lot of fan service stuff.
Sure.
But I think, there's a reason movies and books plot-wise work differently.
Yeah.
Books are a lot longer than movie scripts for the most part.
Again, you can read things in a book that no character is saying out loud.
Yeah.
And in film, you either have to have a character say it or you have to show it in a way where your dumbass audience is going to be able to put it together.
Yeah.
And you do have to assume the audience are dumbasses.
And you do. And in this extended version. And again, there were things that I think were cut out of Fellowship that were in the extended version that we watched that I really enjoyed. Two Towers, I am going to go out on a limb and assume that Maybe this one you don't need to watch the extended cut for.
Yeah.
Again, this is me going out
will
on a
say
limb.
I am better informed about what's going on.
It probably is helpful, especially 4 hours of movie. Your mind, with our rotted minds, it is helpful to have.
I will say I was definitely
recap.
in.
I was
definitely in. There was, again, the 45 minutes where we did because also we did the flashback to Boromir.
Yeah.
And we got more of his backstory with his brother. That's another one. You know what? I think
I could have understood that.
Probably could have said a couple lines and we could have known.
I think we could have got to that point a lot faster.
I think we could have been like, well, my father always preferred him.
I agree that's an important point to make.
For sure.
But I do not think we needed to take all of that time to understand.
I did not need to see Sean Bean in this movie. No offense to him, but bro, you don't got to hold our hand that hard.
No, we could have understood all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, again,
there's also that scene where Gandalf is kind of filling in Aragorn on all right, so this is maybe what you don't know. But we literally saw that. We saw that.
That drove me a little crazy too.
So I don't, this is pre all of that, but kind of that bullshit plot hole culture of but how does this character know? It's because another character told them sometime off screen when we didn't see them.
We don't need to hear
the fuck.
Yeah, there's a thing that my one of my screenwriting professor always said is we don't need to hear the car ride over to the location. We can assume they talked about it in the car.
For sure.
Assume.
You know what one of my favorite things movies like to do? When characters reunite, it's what happened to you? And it's boy, it's a long story. And then they cut to something else, and then they cut back, and that character's really, no way, are you okay? And it's great. Now everyone's up to speed, and I don't have to revisit something I literally already fucking watched.
Yeah. And I feel like this extended cut we stayed for that conversation.
There was a lot of audience hand-holding in this one.
Yeah, and it kind of, because again, the battles, I keep saying it, the battles in this movie are fantastic. They're
cutting back to the Ents.
Yeah.
For their long discussion.
Oh my God.
Again, a moment that I think is played for comedy. It's wow, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
There's a huge, awesome battle that we've been building
we're watching
up to.
Trees say good morning to each other.
Yeah, I'm not laughing.
Yeah, we've been building.
I'm not laughing.
And it kind of took the air out of that battle for me. I
agree.
Because the battle scene is very long already. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you have these little tiny sideshows in this battle takes the air out of it sometimes.
Yeah.
Of okay, they're still fighting.
I don't know how I would reorganize it though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel
it's hard. You do need to cut away to some, but then you need the ticking clock thing.
Cut away to Frodo and Sam.
Cut away to Frodo and Sam completing a task.
Yeah.
I mean,
because
again,
there's a ticking clock for them as well.
Yeah.
Because they've come upon.
Because that's normally how battle scenes are done. Is you watch the fighting, but there are always two side characters
right.
trying to do that's a distraction, quote unquote, from what the two
exactly.
or a help, trying to protect from the main mission, which is destroying this ring.
Yeah, we cut to the Ents way too many times.
Yeah, and they're just fucking talking.
Yeah. And again, I'm not laughing.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. You guys
have been dicking me around all we've been doing this fucking dialogue foreplay.
We've been
for 3 hours. Now we're actually cutting Orc's head off.
We see one thing happen. We talk about it for 20 minutes. We walk and see another thing.
It is a lot of that.
And then we see, and it's just okay, let's get to fight. Let's get to why we're here. Let's get to the action. This is an adventure movie.
I will say, other than the comedy, which really falls flat for me, everything happening with our big three, everything with Eowyn, because we're not even talking about Theoden.
Mm-hmm.
That king.
Yeah, the king. The political stuff, it reminded me of Game of Thrones. Obviously, Game of Thrones cribbed a lot from this.
Yeah.
A lot of sci-fi. I mean, I was joking that they were building the Death Star too with the little weakness in the tunnel.
This is where George Lucas lifted the shit from.
Yeah, this is it's all lifted. Harry Potter is lifted from we all know this.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just tropes that we hit again and again. And I'm let's just moving on.
No, I really liked all the tension leading up to the battle.
Oh, what I was
tension of
what I'm saying is the Game of Thrones part that I like is the politics of what was happening. That the king was corrupted by Sauron. His creepy little Rasputin hand.
Yeah.
Got in there.
Mm-hmm.
I like that plot arc, but
Yeah.
it felt like we yada 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 it, like, or maybe that was the, you know what, maybe that was the appropriate amount of time because we got all of that information we
I was gonna
needed,
say,
and I found
it's nearly a 4-hour movie. You think we yada 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 even one fucking part of this movie?
that is true. No,
If anything, I kind of wish they yada 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 a little bit more.
They should have. I mean, that whole
Yeah.
political thing is way more interesting,
But
and
you
how
know, this is
the
this-
war of the humans and the
the
and
like fight to save Middle Earth.
It feels like it takes place more there in what was happening in that political situation while the king was under
talking
the
pol-
spell.
Politics, watching all the refugees. It's like
Yeah.
you have to, because the orcs are
Oh,
no
that little
mercy.
brother and sister
Yeah.
that we're following, they are cute as hell.
Yeah. That's the thing though about Lord of the Rings and why a lot of people love Lord of the Rings is actually because the world building is so thick.
Yeah.
This is, I mean,
Yeah.
Dungeons, talk about things lifting from Lord of the Rings, like Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
And the thing is that, like, and this is fantasy in general.
Mhm.
And I do think I have a little bit more patience for it than you do. Because what I've come to appreciate watching these movies is that fantasy is a lot of waiting for something to happen.
Yeah.
I think you buy big moments in fantasy. Fantasy is very tedious.
Yeah.
I think people that are fans of fantasy enjoy the world building and the little nuances of that.
I agree with you. I think there are part of those nuances that it does get tedious for me. Like when we get into the real nitty gritty of stuff.
yeah.
But I do like what I do like about fantasy and the world building and these big expansive worlds is we get these little micro stories of like the two peasant children whose mom sent them on the horse and run.
Yeah.
Like we do get these like tiny little micro stories of this giant world that, yeah, they're also, as much as we're following the heroes, and the whole point of this story is that everybody, like even the smallest hobbit,
Mhm.
can make a huge difference. So seeing all these other people interact in this world and how they live in this time of war and strife and like what they were living like before versus now is all very interesting.
It just takes a lot of time
It just takes a lot in it.
to get that in depth.
Yeah, and I guess you need to be very patient, but it does feel like we wasted a lot of time re-explaining.
I will say
things.
the positive of
We don't need
getting
to follow
tedious-
every thread.
Right.
There are some thread we need to pick which threads are worth
I think one
pulling.
of the pros about that though is that like the humanity and the stakes of the situation are very high.
Yeah.
Because like it's not like, I mean, okay, let's talk about the Death Star, right? Okay, they blow up not Naboo. Oh my god, I'm blanking right now. No,
Alderaan?
don't tell me. Alderaan.
Yeah.
Fuck, I blanked on that one. Oh god, I'm losing it.
no.
But like, okay, when they blow up the entire goddamn planet of Alderaan in Star
Yeah.
Wars, it's kind of like, fuck, that's intense. We don't stop to think about like, well, 71 million people lived on Alderaan.
Yeah.
And think about all the people that weren't on Alderaan that day
Right.
and now have to suffer. Like, there's a lot of like Star Wars, like expanded universe stuff that kind
of course. Yeah. And
delves
that's
into
why we
that.
have this universe is spun off so many times into so many
Right.
different things.
But hey, Star Wars gets to be a clippy hour 45.
Yeah.
Because Alderaan is blown up. We're like, oh no, that planet's blown up. And then we move on. Whereas a fantasy or like, well, I guess Star Wars is science fantasy technically, but like in like fantasy, oh bitch, we're spending chapters getting to know
Sure.
the lives of the people.
Sure. Well,
So
that,
when they are lost, there is a feeling of loss.
again, that's where Star Wars was originally a movie before it spun off into
That's
all of
true. We are.
it was
yeah.
Star Wars was a script first, and then other things happened. Lord of the Rings book first, where we had time to spend, but when we are in a movie to make a movie work,
Right.
I'm sorry.
Keep it moving.
I'm sorry, nerds. I know, but there's a reason why. Keep the book interesting because not everything in the movie needs to be in the book, and then you go back to the book
yeah.
to get that fix. Movies inherently work differently than books,
I
so
agree.
you don't get everything you get in the
I've
book.
never been a stickler of, oh, but they didn't include this from the book.
Yeah, I always think like, yeah,
Unless
they
it's
can't.
like something that's like, okay, fundamentally the plot doesn't work because they didn't mention this part.
Look,
But I can't think of a time that I
Yeah.
ever.
storytelling is storytelling. Like you need mechanics to move on,
sure.
and I think that does transcend mediums. In a lot of especially between books and movies and TV shows and stories. But there's a reason there are different art forms.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get everything you get in a book in a movie. And that's why a lot of times the book is better.
Yeah.
Because you just can't spend that kind of time to make something interesting on screen for 4 hours.
Correct.
Well,
often I think in every other situation, it's also too goddamn expensive.
It's also too goddamn expensive.
Because we also are talking about a director and a project that was like, listen, brother, just do it. We need it. Do it.
Yeah.
You are deep in the paint on this.
We'll get our money back.
I mean, I can't remember like what the budget was, but I do know they filmed all 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they filmed them in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Like they just locked in and fucking did the shit.
Yeah. And they had to, and they did, but and that's also why you didn't have time to pluck the wig.
Yeah.
You didn't have time to I did like that his wig hair matched his helmet wig hair.
That he did.
He did. It didn't look good, but I got what they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like, I see what you're going for, girl, but it's not working.
Yeah.
I didn't like it ultimately, but pluck the wig. Yep. You're spending all this time, the little things.
But you know what? Once you learn more about wigs, Bridget, you would be stunned.
I'm sure it's not that easy. It's a lot of work.
It's okay. What I'm going to say though is that you'd be stunned how much TV and movies you watch, and you're like, this is the worst. I mean, half of Nicole Kidman's roles.
I've seen. I was going to say I've seen Nicole Kidman movies. Yeah.
And there are people that wear wigs daily. Like, hire them.
Yeah. All the time.
To do some fucking wig maintenance.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like that.
Or if the wig is going to be a son of a bitch, let's go extensions. Let's go tracks. Let's sew something in.
If you have time to put people into Colin Farrell in prosthetics for the Penguin, you have time to make
now,
a wig
I will say there are a lot of live human being extras in these movies. So I can understand maybe wardrobe is a little bit
everybody.
Like,
but for your main people, get their HMU together. Yeah. For these movies, you had the time, you had the budget. If you're putting that many people in orc makeup, we could have done some wig work while a couple people are in the chair.
Again, because it's a long-term shoot, like, honey, bear down on extensions.
Yeah.
Bear down.
Come on, Carl Urban.
Yeah. I will say Elijah Wood is wearing a wig in all these movies, and I think his hair looks amazing.
Ian McKellen, great.
Yeah.
Looks great.
Who had
Orlando
Bloom had a fuck ass wig.
Orlando Bloom's wig is fine.
You know what though? I think the elves' wig looks too perfect because they are
too perfect. Like
it is a little uncanny valley for the elves. I will say for them,
it works for the race.
Yeah. I guess we're kind of wrapping up here. I think we've kind of hit everything we want to hit.
I am interested to hear from you guys what we were.
I know the first episode hasn't come out yet, so I'm kind of dying to know what people think about us.
Not
being so deep into
especially
LOTR
because we are fuzzy on where the theatrical release and the extended versions. I have no idea. We are pretty much guessing at what was cut. So
would it be crazy if it's like no, like all those flashbacks are in the theatrical cut?
Here are the things.
There's no way.
There's no way because
like I said, it does turn into a Dior perfume ad for a good 7 minutes.
Yeah, the elf flashback stuff is very much a perfume ad. Yeah, that is very funny. But there are full music videos that I feel like happen.
Yeah,
where they are doing exposition. Where I'm like, well, I think that exposition was in the movie because I kind of remember it, but I don't remember this music video. So I wonder if it's just like the cutaways because they needed something to fill that time anyway.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of shots of New Zealand. Which long.
Look real. I will say there was a shot
gorgeous
of Aragorn on his horse. Brago.
Are you
happy with yourself?
No.
Did you think that was funny? It was. He's riding up to Helm's End, and it's a very wide. I mean, they're in a helicopter getting him on the horse. Super wide shot. He's just in the bottom right corner, looking at Helm's End. And I was thinking, God, if I was Viggo Mortensen and I saw this on screen, I would fucking cum in my pants.
I'd be like,
because it looks like a Clint Eastwood, Western cowboy. Talk about a hero shot.
Yeah, no,
very heroic.
Some of those shots
very romantic.
Sometimes they cut back and forth, and I'm like, well, you showed me the same shot now, and it's a gorgeous shot, but there were a couple like tree shots where I'm like, You use the same one here multiple times.
The tree business, yes.
You keep
I
cutting
totally
back and
understand what you're
forth
saying.
between the same shots of clouds moving through a tree. It's gorgeous, but you get one. Pick one. I'm sure some of that is, but again, fascinating to hear what we were right and wrong about what is in and not in the extended cut.
I don't know the next time I'll have 7 hours to myself, but maybe I'll listen to it like as a podcast, like the director's commentary.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's something I'll just like play on my phone and like put it
while
through
you're
Bluetooth
working
on my car, just like while I'm driving, listen to Peter Jackson talk about it. Because I will say, like, the making of these movies, I think I'm actually way more fascinated by.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Than anything
the
going
making
on.
of
everyone. I did point out when Viggo Mortensen broke his foot.
Yes,
I kept that time-honored tradition alive in this household.
We have to, when
you have to say it.
You have to say when he broke his toe.
Taking the hobbits to Isengard also.
Yeah,
I didn't say it out loud because I was nervous that I was about to quote it wrong.
But you did it. You got it.
But that was correct.
Afterwards. It was after the fact. But
I was like, yes, I know. Legolas, what do your elf I see? They're taking the hobbits to Isengard. To Isengard. To Isengard. You know the YouTube song?
I'm sure I do.
Surely.
I'm sure it's
You were in college, right? You went to, nerd. You know boys who are nerds? You dated a boy who was a nerd at some point?
At some point, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know any now.
Let me tell you something. I was thinking about this. I was like, yeah, my college boyfriend, and like thinking about men I know who are really into Lord of the Rings, and like almost all of them are men I've slept with.
Yeah.
I think I attract a certain kind of man, and by that I mean a nerd.
Yeah.
So like pretty good guess any man who's ever been on a date with me or who has ever been attracted to me, probably deep in the paint on Ring.
Yeah.
Deep in the paint on Ring.
Yeah, I feel like myself, most people I date are contrarian assholes. So
yeah.
That too popular,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but here we are, we're on the journey, and
yeah, I come out of this more of a fan.
Still, yes, same. Still points on the board.
It is a behemoth.
Yeah.
But actually, I every now and then I do enjoy something that is tedious.
I do too. And
it's part of the reason why I still read books.
Yeah, I mean I love to read. Famously love to read.
Or like listen to like an educational podcast.
Look, I'm a nerd. I'm still, at the end of the day, I'm a nerd. I might not be as versed in all the high fantasy stuff. But again, this has put points on the board for me.
And when I say I mean tedious in a nice way.
Doing a deep dive into something.
Yeah,
really getting into...
Like, here's an example. I like got some of my film scans and I got them sent to me as negatives.
Yeah.
So I processed them and made them positives and color corrected them, whatever. It took me like 10 hours to do 70 photos.
Yeah.
I'm not being paid to do this. I'm literally just doing it for the love of the game.
Sometimes you just want to
And that's what I mean. Like, I enjoy actually something that is like really time consuming.
It's nice to, get below the surface level on something.
Yeah.
Really get in there.
That said, I don't need to watch any of these movies again for another decade. I think for me, some people watch these movies every year. I think that's when I'm in my 40s, I might be like, okay, you know what?
I might revisit, and I don't know if I would revisit the extended cut again.
I think you're right.
I
think you're right. I'm glad I'm watching them.
I'm glad I'm watching them.
I feel like
I'm glad
now you can never say that I didn't try.
I'm glad I'm doing the completionist thing of watching the extended cut. I get why it was not a theatrical release cut.
Nope.
I will say. But ultimately I'm enjoying these movies. I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying the journey much more than I did when I was first a kid, and maybe some of that is just maturity of my own and not like fighting my contrarian snobby thing of like, well, everyone likes these, so I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
And maybe some of it is me just growing out of that and getting over myself a little bit and just enjoying the journey.
Yeah, I did like them when I first watched them, but again, I just land on the side of like, I'm just not emotionally invested in these characters.
Yeah.
I am on like a conceptual level. I'm not like, I don't get it. No, I get it.
Yeah.
I've yet to draw a tear.
I think the movies are very interesting on a conceptual, like again, seeing any well-made allegory is interesting, and seeing why it would have caught on in the 40s versus now versus when it caught on in the 60s and 70s. All very interesting to think about. Interesting that, all of the analogies.
Kind of a big piece of counterculture.
Huge piece, and how it works in the counterculture is really interesting. Like it's legacy, it's cultural
Frodo
legacy.
lives.
Yeah, its cultural legacy is fascinating, and watching in them, you feel very connected to that. I
Definitely.
also love, as a film nerd, going on a cinematic journey.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
locking in for something that is big and sweeping and a little bit magical and beautiful to look at.
That's why I wanted to watch these
and-
with you, because I'm like, I feel like this is a good group activity.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Watching these alone, I could see being a little bit of a slog. Because
Yeah.
also part of, you want to watch it with your fellowship. You want to
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it with
yeah.
other people. You want to be swept up in the moment with other people.
Yeah, and this is you get swept up in these
in the
movies.
moment, that's what a cinematic
It's sweeping.
Yeah, that's what a cinematic experience is supposed to be. So watching them with people is an important part. Again, I'm glad I'm being a completionist in this moment, but if I do a group rewatch, it will take me some time, and I would prefer to watch
The theatrical release.
Yeah,
release.
I agree. So I can also not go about my day, because I do like doing other things in a day.
Yeah, we started this journey today around, what, 3:45?
Yeah, something like
And
that.
it is damn near 10 o'clock right now.
Yeah. So we've put in the time.
Yeah.
We appreciate the time we've put in. We've done it for you. The next one's longer.
Yeah.
They
we
keep-
gotta
we
lock in
we
for
got
Return of the
we're
King.
a little bit more than halfway.
But I am excited about the next one, because, I mean, the next one is like, bitch,
shit's happening.
everything has been
Shit
for this
moment.
movie. It won Best Picture. It won 900 Academy Awards.
Yeah. I am excited to see they're gonna get to Mordor.
Oh my God. And then we're gonna watch,
and then we got to go back
another hour and a half.
They're gonna get to it, and then we do have to go back. But maybe that will be fun. I don't know. I don't remember. I vaguely remember. I'm sure I'm gonna watch this. And
I feel like Fellowship and Return of the King, I remember so much better than this one.
I remember a couple key battles from Return of the King.
Now,
sure.
okay, so I guess final question: do you think this is better than Fellowship?
No,
I don't think so either.
I think Fellowship as a movie worked. I think maybe they're more complicated.
I don't think this one stands alone the way the first and the third
one,
do.
Yeah, absolutely doesn't stand alone. I think there are interesting, like maybe more complicated things at work here as you get more into the meat of the story. But ultimately, as a movie, as an adventure movie, Fellowship works better right now.
I think if these were seasons of TV, what I would tell people is, okay, season 2 is a little bit tough, but like you have to get through it so you can appreciate season 3.
Exactly, it's set up.
Two Towers connects.
It feels like,
two
we
movies.
start the journey, and that's important, and then there's a lot of setup and main things happen into that you are gonna need to move forward. But it's hard not to feel the length on this one.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's
For
hard
sure.
not to see where we could have snipped this along.
Yeah.
But until next time.
Everyone, thanks for being a part of the journey with us.
Yeah.
If anyone is taking this as an excuse to rewatch these movies, God bless.
Yeah.
But then again, also like, hey, dude, people rewatch these movies every year.
If we're your excuse, we love that.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you if you're a patron.
Thank you so much.
I know many of you are.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for supporting Small Beans. Another way to support Small Beans is to subscribe to the Small Beans Comedy Podcast
You
Network.
don't have to give money. You can just subscribe.
You can do that on Spotify, Apple Music. We're on SoundCloud as well.
Yeah. Subscribe, give the rating, give a comment on the Patreon or on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts. That all helps the algorithm grow.
We're on Instagram at BS Podcasting.
Yeah. And
if you wanted to listen to other episodes of our other shows, I have like a Spotify playlist that I've linked there.
Yeah.
That you can dig into. I actually did something kind of crazy. I love Paddington so much.
Yeah.
I re-listened to our series. All three. I haven't done that in so long.
Yeah.
Like
wow.
I actually sat down and re-listened to.
Good for you.
We had a great cult shot. We said Daniel Radcliffe for the villain of Paddington 4.
Yeah, no, that's incredible.
That is fucking genius.
I think that's a great one.
Damn.
Fingers crossed.
Please. David Heyman, call me.
Ben Whishaw versus Daniel Radcliffe, our British cuties.
We could cook so hard on that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and cast Elijah Wood and make them play twins. We're leaving money on the table.
Right. Yeah, I know. We shouldn't say this into the microphone.
Damn, you're right. They're going to take this idea now. Fuck.
Yeah. Follow BS Podcasting. Follow Small Beans. Download, subscribe, do all those things. You can find me on Instagram at Bridgett_Greenberg.
I'm at Sarah Griffith.
And this has been Shooting Threes Two Towers.
Yeah, we will see you next time for the 12-hour mega marathon of Return of the King. And even more Aragorn thirst watching. Thank God.
That's what's keeping us going.
Honestly.
Lights, camera, action!
We're shooting threes, just SMB. We're gonna watch and review film trilogies. It's all for laughs, so just sit back. We're gonna drop hella dimes on this podcast.